Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Faizul bin Syari, and for our research topic is about the certification with public bus service in Kelang Valley. Our group chose this topic because we see public bus service is the one of the important public transport in Kelang Valley, and many people use it either to go to work or just to go from the one place to other place. For our research objective is to measure the level of certification of public bus service in Kelang Valley. Next is to identify the level of development of public bus service in Kelang Valley. And the next is to provide recommended and suggestion to improve public bus service in Kelang Valley. For our research question is, what is the level of certification of public service bus in Malaysia? Next is to analyze how fast level influence the certification rate of bus commuters in Kelang Valley. The last is, what is the public perception of public bus service in Kelang Valley? For research M is the rate level of certification of public bus service in Kelang Valley.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Azizul Hazmi bin Azizul Rahman, and today I will present about our variable in our research. For the dependent variable, our variable is user satisfaction, and for the independent variable, our variable are reliability, tangibility, assurance, responsiveness, and empathy. Okay, so as we can see here in our demography, most of our respondent, which is 88%, is from the student. And the reason for using services, we can see here that most of the respondent, which is 33%, is go to the school. So, for the frequency of usage, most of the respondent, which is 44%, rarely use public bus services in Klang Valley. For the area 1 reliability, we can see here that these three elements, punctuality of services, operation performance, and frequency of good services, most of the respondent, which is 38.6% and 35.1%, being neutral about it. For the information of services, clear information of services, most of the respondent, which is 38.6%, agree with it. And the last one is public information regarding the services. Most of the respondent, which is 50.9% respondent, agree with it. Thank you.
Okay, next we go through for the area 2, which is talk about the tangibility of the services in the bus Klang Valley. Okay, we have 4 pillars that we gave to the respondent, which is first one, there are most of the people are in neutral percentage, which is most of them for the state of the art bus. They are the highest is 38.6%. which shows that the amount from the agree one is more slight bit higher. Okay, next about the good and appealing facilities, they are also in the agree one and the neutral one are in the same percentage, and we can say that but the public bus facilities is good and appealing. Okay, and the highest one based on the 4 pillars is the friendly staff at the Klang Valley. The staff are friendly and have a good personality, which is they are in neutral, 42.1%. Okay, next we go to the area 3, which is says about the assurance. Okay, we can say that most of the people are agree for the assurance, for example, we talk about the passenger safety. We can see that the operators concerned about the passenger safety and comfort, because the one that agree for the passenger safety is 42.1%, which is the highest one, based compare than the one that strongly disagree. Okay, next we talk about the speed of the public bus is also is in the reasonable reasonable high speed, because as you can see, some place the driver drove the bus are in more than their speed limit, and this may drive the passenger safety in threat. uh, okay, then I will talk about the next area, which is about the responsiveness from the respondent that we can gain from the respondent, uh, based on the distribution of response. The public bus provider give good response to the complaints as present. Majority of the respondent answer are in neutral and agree, which is both are in same condition, 33.3%. Okay, and the highest pillars that we can gain from the responsiveness is the operation have fast actions, which is the public bus provider give good response to the complaints, and we know that all the complaints are in their notes, and the one that is in neutral, the most percentage is the neutral one, which is at the 42.1%, and the other two is in also the neutral is the highest, which is the public bus provider act quickly with the recommendation given, and they will ensure the passenger safety in the good condition.
So for the fifth area of study, which is empathy, for empathy, we would like to see the user's perspective on how they felt that the public bus services serve the customers. So for the first question for empathy, the area is service requirements. How would the customers feel when when they are riding, or when they experience during the public bus traffic, using the public bus during traveling. So as we can see here, 47.4 is the highest percentage on people that basically agree with the agree that that the service requirements are being met for the public bus services in Klang Valley. Going to the next question, services for elderly, women, and also children's needs. 47.4% also agree with the questions that the services provided, the public bus services provided in Klang Valley met met their expectations, met how elderly person or a woman or even children should be given. And for the fourth question for empathy, friendly staff, yes, you could see here again majority agree with the statement that 52.6% actually agree that the public bus operators staff are very friendly towards their consumers, towards their customers. So this is actually a good sign. And over here we have 33.3% of people who answered agree that the operating hours for the public bus services in Klang Valley are very convenient, meaning to say it doesn't operate too late in the morning or doesn't end their operation too early. So this is a good indicator. Going to area number 6, as we can see here, we would like to go into the user's satisfaction perspective towards the public bus services in Klang Valley. So for the first question, we would like to know whether are the users satisfied with the services in Klang Valley, the public bus services in Klang Valley. So about 43.9% agree. And moving on to the next question, yes, majority 35.1% agree with the statement that the service of the public bus services meets the expectation, and also some choose to be neutral. For happy with the services provided, about 40.4% answered neutral, which they could not determine whether the public transportation services, they do not know, because sometimes they feel that the public bus services is good, and sometimes they feel that the public bus services aren't really that good, means say the services provided is not consistent. So here we have the level of satisfaction of public bus services in Klang Valley. As we can see here, overall, the public bus services in Klang Valley is about medium, meaning to say it's not bad and it's not good. There are still a lot of room for improvements based on all our gathered information from the questionnaire. I think there is room for improvement to improve the public bus services in Klang Valley. With that, thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurshila. Today I would like to present about the recommendation and suggestion to improve public bus service in Klang Valley, which is point number 1. A parliamentary must commit to be created to oversee public transportation, which means the purpose of parliamentary committees is to perform a function which the houses themselves are not well fitted to perform, such as carrying out inquiries, hearing witnesses, and citing evidence. Second, proper funding for maintenance and expansion, which is conventionally transportation, particularly roads, was seen as a public good and not as maintenance and operation as a project financing, namely raising capital. Then many transportation firms were able to expand through mergers. Lastly, which is build better public transport from the bottom up, which is transportation system is lack of vision, but too many people with vision trying to impose them on everyone else through lengthy and expensive planning processes. Lastly, we move to conclusion, which is public transport was not considered to be an important part of a transport strategy in the past. Public transport management and the provision of facilities, investment and oversight are lacking in government policy and institutional support. And lastly, since the goal is to connect areas outside of the city to the city center, most public transport also need to connect the outskirts.